What's up, everybody? It's Demigod. I'm going to bring you another episode today of Hustle Castle. And today, I want to go over some techniques in your squad. What we're going to do is we're going to watch some replays, some of my defense, maybe some of my attacks. We're going to break them down, check out the armor and the weapons, kind of go through them, see, what fits and what's a go and what's a not go. So let's jump into this, guys. By the way, how is everybody doing? Go ahead and hit the like button on this video for me. I know this is going to help you guys out a lot. Changing up different squads, trying out like the heal wall and skeleton armors, things like that. Making sure you got all the right gear so you can get to a higher trophy level. So winning more, losing less, guys. That's the goal here. With this video. So smash that like button, maybe sub if you want to show me some love. Drop a comment. Let me know, guys, what you guys want to see and learn about. Maybe I can bring you guys some tips and tricks on that. Alright, so we are gonna start with a couple of these defends, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you their squad, and we're going to visit them and take a look at what they've got. So let's go to see this guy. Alright, so we did lose the battle. It was because my fifth person's training up. Even still though, he's got people that are a lot stronger than mine. So we'll start off with this tank. He's got a really good legendary armor there that he got from the Spring Festival. He's got some daggers. This guy's doing 3,400 damage per second. He's got some good armor, and of course his accessories bring him up to 52,000 health. That's pretty decent. So this is a really good setup, guys. The tank with the daggers, I like that. I prefer a healing weapon like the swords, but we'll get into that. Alright, so things I look for are on this mage right away. Alright, so he's got a resurrect weapon, and it's going to resurrect with 23,000 plus 4,000, so looking around 27 and 28,000. Squad power, his power is only up to 83. So that's pretty decent. He's got another one here, 81. So this one's a restore weapon. So one resurrect, one restore. And then we got the tank with the big health. We got the archer in the back dealing 3,500 damage per second. Lots of critical, which means double damage. Lots of dodge. It's going to be hard to take him down if we do get to him. The armor is going to be restoring his own health, and of course we all know about the King's Legacy bow. Comes with the Chippendale, so he'll be having that. And leads us to the last person, his last big tank with 59,000 health. He's got the boss armor, the Om Nom Nom. This one's just going to be healing himself, and he's got some accessories here as well that bring up his dodge and damage. So let's jump to the replay. I'm sure you guys want to see that. I know that I lost. Like I said, I only had 4 people, so it was 4 on 5. But let's take a look. One of my best players is in the fighting training room trying to get up to 55. I gotta get all these guys up to 55. It's pain. 8 hours apiece. Alright, let's jump into this replay. This was Jackpot. It's a funny name. Alright, so I want you to pay attention to the front line here. He's going to rip down this front line. And also, one thing I want you to see is that armor back here, that boss armor. He's not taking any damage. He's just restoring his health constantly. And it's going to be really hard to take him down. And then he's got that resurrect weapon right behind it. So even if I did get him down, he'd have to do it again. So really good setup here. I like the 2 tanks with the 3 mages. I think that that's really good setup. Oh wait, he also had another guy, right? I thought he had another one with the bow, didn't he? Where was the one with the bow? No. Oh, that was weird. It showed us a different person. Could have sworn we saw the archer in there, didn't we? Anyway, he must have changed it around. But when he did attack me on this in particular time, he had the 3 mages and the 2 tanks. So 1 restoring, 1 probably 2 resurrect there. Still a really good setup, especially if all those mages are, you know, 2 of them are restoring, 1 resurrect, or vice versa. And your 2 tanks up in the front have a lot of health. They got the restore armor or the restore weapons. It's going to take a lot to get them down. So that was a really decent setup. Let's take a look at the next one. Alright, so this one looks like he's got same kind of setup. So let's take a look there. Pay him a visit. And let's take a look at this squad. So 409,000 squad power. That's really decent. Alright, so on to the first mage. We've got a resurrect weapon there. 18,000 health. That's alright. 40,000 health for this tank. He's going to be reducing damage done by enemies. And of course we got the Peacemaker poleaxe. And got a resurrect weapon, legendary, which is going to be really good. It's going to be hard to take that. Now that mage had 16,000 health. This mage has got 12,000 health. Also another resurrect weapon. And then we've got this tank that's going to be increasing his health and restore weapons. So he's got the 3 resurrect weapons with the 2 tanks. And same setup as the last one. So except he's not using a restore weapon. He's using 3 resurrects with the 2 big tanks in the front, taking all that damage. But again, it's going to be hard to take down his front line. And even if we get it down, we've got to do it again, and probably a 3rd time even with all 3 of his mages having the resurrect. So really difficult task. Let's jump into that replay and we'll break it down for you. Bam. Let's do this thing. I'm also really looking forward to see what they do with the next update. That's going to be coming up soon. Alright, so you can see my front line is not holding up. We're doing a little bit of restoring, but not enough. Almost got that first first tank down, but again, I couldn't get it down fast enough, and it's already resurrected, and he's just going to break through that front line and get to my mages, and that will be the end of that. As soon as that front line breaks and they start rushing in, they get to your mages, it's toast. It's a done game from there. Skeleton armor is great. When it comes to that, because it'll distract them. Be a really good setup to have with a bunch of resurrect weapons. Alright, we'll do one more defense, and then we'll jump into an offensive attack that I've done. So with these defense guys, this is a no-brainer. Obviously, keep your people in the barracks if you want to win defense. Another great thing you can do to help winning and defending off people attacking your castle is upgrading the things in your arsenal. Make sure you do all of that, and I'll show you where that is. If you come down to the arsenal, there's a couple different ways you can get into it. You can click on the actual things out here, or you can go in through your arsenal. So again, if you click on something out here, it will bring up your arsenal. These are the things you're going to want to upgrade and equip, and read them. Make sure they're what you want to use. I've got it all set to icy right now. Mages are a huge threat, so I like to take out the mages. That's my strategy. You can set it up however way you want, but make sure you're upgrading these, getting them up to the highest level that they can, so that way you're still defending your castle. So that's another way to win and get some more trophies. Alright, so one more defense. Try to get one that I won. That would be nice. There's one. Alright, so let's take a look at this one. We were a very even matchup here. I'm gonna like this breakdown. Let's go take a look at what they got for armor. See how it compares to some of mine. Alright, so it looks like he's got this tank right here with the healing sword. Very similar to my tank. I think that mine's just a little bit higher, so that might just throw the difference off just right there. And he's got the archer armor with the axe. Now, I would not suggest this. Personally, this setup confuses me. It might show good on your numbers, but really, if you're going to run the archer armor, you should be using daggers or even a sword, because the attack speed's a normal on the sword, but the daggers are the best. They're the fastest. They do the most amount of damage per second, and that's why you're using the archer armor in the first place. You wouldn't want to be using archer armor to absorb damage. You want to be using that to deal damage, the most possible per second. So with this axe being on the archer, as you click here, you see it's very slow. So he's just going to be like, ugh. Ugh. Ugh, you know, and that's just not efficient. You want a dagger so they're like, kill him, shank him, they're in prison. Alright, so obviously we can see here that the famous Pathfinder equipment, this is a skeleton armor, so we're gonna see some skeletons in here. This would have been a lot better had he put daggers on it. Another thing, let's see what the mages are running. Oh, he's got another archer here. Increases the dodge, and he's got the Terrors of Demons crossbow. Not too big of a threat, not too worried about that. 18,000 health, doesn't seem too big of a threat. I want to see what the mages have for weapons, because with the skeleton armor, as long as you're running resurrect weapons, you might actually do well. So we have this first one as a resurrect for sure. That mage is not a big threat. 12,000 health, that's a one-hit wonder. 63,000 attack power, that's nothing. Same here, this guy's only got 18,000. He's also got another resurrect weapon here. So let's take a look at this replay. I won, so we know that much. But I believe that that's because of the axe versus the daggers. If he had a different setup there, he might have actually won. He could have actually changed the archer that he had into a mage with another resurrect and had the same setup as the other ones that we'd watched, and maybe he had had a different outcome. And this is what that video is all about, guys. This is why I'm breaking these down for you. That's why we're going over the different strategies and the different types of things that you can use, so that way you guys can try it on your own. You can see what works for you, and again, win more, lose less. We want to be winning. So let's take a look at this replay, and that'll probably give us a little bit of left to do an attack and call it good. Alright. So, running right into that front line, you can see I'm taking him down. I get the skeleton armor pops open. We're going to rip through that. One of my tanks goes down. Not good. Here we go. We're getting cutting close, and get that skeleton down and get to that front line. That mage line is what we needed to get to, and we got there. And now we're gonna rip through these skeletons. Now, as long as we've gotten, ooh, he froze me with a spell. As long as we can get through this line and keep pushing and get to that next mage, we'll be all set. Bam! There goes the next mage. This is solid right here. We're done. We got it. So, easy win. Even with the spells that he used, guys, I was able to break him down and get him. So, we got 16 trophies off that defend. That was really good. I've already broken the 2,000 limit. I jumped down a little bit so that way I could get some more loot. I've got a lot of things to upgrade. Alright, so one last video. We're going to make it an offensive video. So we're going to watch me attacking someone else. And let's see what ones I have. Alright. Bam, 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 bam. That was a tournament battle. We don't want to watch those. We want one that was able to use spells and stuff. There we go. This is the one right here. Alright, so I got 14 off from this. Very even matchup. So let's take a look and see why I was able to win this. I did have like 4,000 less power than he did, and I was also up against his arsenal, but there's a reason why I won this, and I want to show you that. So let's go ahead and visit this guy, take a look at his team. Alright, so we've got 2 tanks, 3 mages, the typical 5 setup. Alright, so he's got one of these weapons that he got from the tournament shop. Will stun the enemy for 2.5 seconds. I haven't run into a lot of those, so I don't really know too much about it. He's got these artifacts in here. Will summon a sniper, and of course he's got the mace, which will stun me as well. Armor, he's going to be increasing his own armor constantly. 42,000 health on this tank. That'll be hard to rip through. 37 on this tank. Now that's not a lot. Maybe that was the deal breaker. Maybe we ripped down through that front line fast enough to get the mages down, and that's what changed it for him. If maybe the tank had some more armor and health, it would have gotten a little different. So we had the one resurrect. This one's dealing... Oh, sorry, we didn't have the resurrect. That one's stunned. So we've got one that stuns, one that's dealing damage, not restoring, not resurrecting. And this one is going to be the resurrect. So one resurrect to worry about. That's not a big deal. So had he changed those weapons around and had them with either restoring or resurrecting, it might have gone a little bit different. As well as getting that tank's health and armor up just a little bit higher, guys. That was all that he needed. I'm guessing this was a really good one. And again, let's go check it out, because I was attacking him, so I had a whole bunch of stuff shooting at my guys. I also probably used spells, so that probably did help me out. Oh, no. Alright. Come on. Anybody else's game running really slow lately? Mine is. I don't know, maybe it's because I do so much on this darn thing. Alright, so let's watch this. Alright, so he's got the moat even. That's another hard thing to go. So we're going to get this front line. So I'm using the rage right now, where they're doing a lot of more damage. I get through that front line. Bam, right there. Get to the mages, and it's done. Solid, done right there. Bang, bang, bang. Dropped him like a big old ton of bricks. Didn't even die, not one person. Was able to steal 88,000 wood, over 200,000 gold, and 30,000 elixir. That was a great steal. And that helped me get up higher in my trophies. I was able to break 2,000 and get the 200 gems, or diamonds. And I got me a chest. I'll have to save up some chests and do a huge chest opening with you guys. Or maybe next time I go out and get a Google card and get some diamonds, we'll all sit down and open a bunch of good chests up. Alright everybody, that's going to conclude our episode for today. I really hope this guide helped you out. Again, just make sure that you're trying different lines and trying different setups everywhere that you can in your squad. The 2 tanks, the 3 mages was really popular. Of course, the archer armors with the daggers, like we talked about, high damage per second, those are great. Make sure that you got a tank next to them with plenty of health and people resurrecting in the back. Those are going to be important factors, and you know, just keep trying. Try what works. Use your best gear, but use what's gonna help your team. Even if it's a common item and you don't have a really good resurrect weapon, but you need that resurrect weapon in there, even a common item will work, guys. Which will lead me into my next episode, which will, you know, we'll go over like crafting and breaking stuff down. All right, everybody. Hustle on, hustle hard, keep doing your thing. Drop me a like, hit the sub button. Peace out, till next time.